I'm sorry, but we don't have a slot available at 5 p.m. tomorrow. The next available times are from 2:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Would you like to choose a different time within that range?
Okay, 6 p.m. For the past 2 months, I have really intensively worked with voice AI, and I actually built a voice AI bot that can answer the phone calls and managed to sell it to the real local business, but then I had to walk it back. Because as of now, there are still 3 things that are wrong with voice AI that all YouTube online gurus sell a bot and make 100K a month are lying about, and I'm going to tell you about this in this video. And the last one is that nobody is talking about, because admitting it means that the whole industry is built on a very thin ice. And you will observe the same exact thing in every YouTube course, like build and voice AI bot in 1 hour and sell it, that the demo works, the course sells, but the real production application falls apart. And right now I'm going to call this voice AI bot, which is a car repair shop receptionist, and tell you how a perfectly staged demo in perfect conditions works and sells.
Hi, you have called the car service. How can I help?
Hi, I need a tire replacement.
We can replace tires for various rim sizes. Could you please specify the size of your rim?
Yes, I have 18-inch rims, and the car is a Mercedes S-Class.
Could you please provide your car's license plate number?
Yeah, it's ABC123.
I have scheduled your tire replacement for your Mercedes S-Class with license plate ABC 123 on May 19th at 6 p.m. Everything looks good.
Yeah, thank you, bye. As you see, it works in perfect conditions very well. The latency is low, there are almost no interruptions. But in reality, this is not what's going to happen, because people mumble on the phone, people have accents, people are calling from noisy environments, people ask complicated questions, and the context builds up, and this creates real problems in production. And okay, you can sell a course how to build a voice AI bot, but when you build the actual bot and sell it, every bug at 10 p.m. on Friday night is owned by you. So this is a completely different story. Now let's talk about possibilities that we have on this market. We have 2 main possibilities to implement this. One is a no-code solution where you have a dashboard, you have a credit card and the main system prompt. Or there is a code solution, which also divides into 2 possibilities. Speech-to-speech and modular architecture, where you have a LiveKit as an orchestrator, you have Deepgram and Cartesia as a speech-to-text and text-to-speech. And you control every piece of it, and you can exchange these modules when you want it. Also, there is a speech-to-speech, which also works very well, but it's 5 to 8 times more expensive than a modular architecture, and it simply kills all the margins. And right now, this is not sustainable. It works as a demo perfectly, but you cannot sell it because it's too expensive. So the problem number 1 is latency, and here's how it looks like. Do you have a tire replacement? Do you have a tire replacement?
Yes, we offer tire replacement for various rim sizes.
The pause feels small on a video, but in real life it feels like the other part has hung up the phone. The expectations of the voice AI are really high, and humans expect, like in a natural human conversation, the response is usually like 500 milliseconds, but this is unreachable with the modular architecture, because you have to transform the speech to text, then you pass the text to LLM, you get the answer, and you also transform the text to speech back again. Of course, it all happens in a stream with WebRTC and preemptive generation, but still it does not solve the problem, because also there is a latency on the network, which nobody speaks about. It turns everything into solid 1.2, 1.5 seconds in the very best case. Problem number 2 are interruptions. Now watch carefully. I'd like to book an appointment for the brake pad replacement.
Can you please provide me with the make and model of your car? Can you please provide me with the make and model of your car?
This is called voice activity detection or the turn detection. Knowing when user actually stops speaking in order to pass this content to the LLM. And this is like a real problem in voice AI. And If you tune, of course, we can fine tune it, but if you tune it too aggressively, the latency will build up and the user will have to wait too long until the response of the bot. If you try to reduce this latency, you increase the interruptions. So there is a two-way problem and there is no balance, and it will never feel like a natural conversation. But problem number one and number two are something that will improve over time, and engineers can work on that. They can fine-tune it, the latency and the interruptions, and find somehow a balanced solution which still does not feel natural, but it's balanced, you know. The problem number three that's nobody talking about is unpredictability, which is a general problem of all LLMs, because they are non-deterministic, which means that with same input, they produce different outputs. And you have only a couple of levers which you can control in your voice AI. These are the tools descriptions and the system prompt. And even if in the system prompt, you will say, don't expose internal information explicitly, or do not ask user this and that, it will still do that. Like 1 out of 100 times it will fail and it will behave unpredictably, and it can even hallucinate. It can find out information even if you explicitly tell it, do not invent any information. And every AI framework has a concept of tools, which are basically functions, like in every programming language. And this meant to be stable, predictable, and you define the input and output of it. But in fact, it does not always work like this. It sometimes fails to pass the parameters into the tool, or fails to execute this tool for different reasons. And this is what will inevitably break the voice AI in production. This is what no voice AI provider or the course producer will tell you about voice AI, because if they did, you wouldn't use it. But the good news is that it's getting better and better, and with the speech-to-speech, which will feel more natural, which will have lower latency, it will get better and cheaper with time. But as of now, we haven't reached this level yet. And it doesn't mean that I have abandoned this technology and forgotten it forever. I will gradually improve it and also try different approaches, like fine-tuning or introducing speech-to-speech when it will become more affordable. And thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video and have got useful information which is not usually on the internet. It will help you make informative decisions about using or implementing voice AI.